Good morning. Okay. So we're kind of stuck on this. There doesn't seem to be any good way to abstract this to efficiently abstract the suffixed int concept. The only way to make this work is to make that backtrackable, because any one of these will start with numbers. So if any of them gets through its number to fail its letter, then it has already advanced the input unless you explicitly make it backtrackable. So that works. I think we might do a little checkpoint there. And then try some other things on top of that. Yeah. So I'd already done a checkpoint where it did not work. Okay. And we adjusted that test. So it's just kind of getting the test going in general. RM test, package. Alright, so now, well, it might still have good stuff. Hit commit, duration parser working inefficiently. Now, I think the thing I was using before may have technically been doing backtracking. But just for kicks, I want to take a stab at what this would have to look like without backtracking. It's going to kind of be a total rewrite. So this is where we need all the parser stuff. We might, I don't know if we need parser advanced. So what we have to do, now we still need a custom int parser, because the basic one does not handle leading zeros well. Okay, so we've got our int parser. And this was based on int symbol. So a duration is definitely an int. What do we need here? It's a parser of int. So does this succeed? So what we have to do to have this work incrementally is we have to get the int. And then we have to get a symbol that is one of our minute second. Well, no, because it matters which one we got. Ooh, actually, can we parse just a car? Well, I guess it'd be one of symbol, one of symbol, one of symbol, one of symbol. But would that actually keep it? Oh, so what was the difference between token and symbol? Brackets and semicolons for binary operators. Trump while is symbol and sorting out which operator is afterwards. Stringed parser of nothing. Oh, actually. Yeah, actually. In regard to what comes next, variables that start with a keyword. Oh, so token has a thing that does some little bit of look ahead. Symbol is the more basic version. Okay, blah. How do I parse exact text and... Oh, I guess what we do, which is kind of annoying, is one of succeed always H if it is, at which point you should probably have an enumerated type or something to that effect, but so then we have an int, we have a suffix. And then the tricky part is we need to try this. Oh, so this actually, does this turn it into a loop actually? Because I could actually make this. Uh, 60. Now, technically, based on like hour and minute, we know there's more. Second, we know actually there should always be seconds, and then that terminates it. All right, and I'm sorry, I need to take a short break.
cover your hole with the rover. Oh yeah, there's rocks.
Okay, I should be good.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you covered the hole with the rover, all right.
You're welcome.
When you lift your head up to the sky, take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines, but always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your days. Come find me and we will play.
14 strength. That's pretty sweet. But is that what they started with? Because that doesn't get boosted up, right? As far as I know. Okay, so we need to do some more debugging. So the issue is when it comes out here, it wants to go in either direction. So when it comes out, I think we need to make sure. But why would it ever try and go backwards? There's an exit over here. Like a...
Oh no.
Okay, so
Oh my gosh, there's so much time left.
wait. Oh, I didn't see there was one left on that. Woo! Oh, I still have one.
Yeah, I was just about to say, there's still another one.
I keep trying to run off. I don't. So it won't destroy these, right?
Yep.
I don't even know.
It might get big enough to destroy some of that resin.
It's okay.
All right, welcome back. So the thing is, we know that if it's an S, then that should be the final thing. Oh, you know what we could say? We could say that has to be end input. That doesn't actually terminate a loop, though. I mean, strictly, well, yeah, on the first pass, we could be hour, minute, second, and done. If it's an hour, then we could do a minute, second. If it's second, we're just done. Okay, you can define recursive parsers. Lazy Boolean. Okay, so it can be or parenthesized expression. Oh, they're saying an or has to be parenthesized. Okay. You can define a value if this was define these self and they can be used in this as well. But we want calls to itself to be in lazy. Oh, space is a Boolean. Does that mean we need to inline this? Or maybe it wouldn't matter because it's technically a separate function. Actually, what would it mean to keep the value here? You can be a duration, you cannot. But then the value of this is actually two things. And then this has to take unit. Oh no, having this parse that would not work. Because we have to return a unit and then we have to return a unit and a value. Okay, something was rattling there. Must be the washing machine a little bit out of balance. Maybe we actually inline this and worry about it fixing it later. Yeah, because this has to get a unit. It has the int, it has the unit, and then we're also going to end up with like whatever the downstream value is. But this unit has to be multiplied based on this. But based on that, we could either continue or not continue. I'm still trying to get my own Twitch API updated. Do I have... well, the tests should have examples. So they give durations that are like, you know, this is like, well, it's just a dummy example, but, you know, the stream was, you know, 3 hours, 22 minutes, 33 seconds. But if it was really small, they might not even have hours. And in stream cases, you might even have just seconds. So we need a way to parse this, which is kind of difficult with the new parsing system. I got it working with backtracking. I wanted to see if it was actually possible to build this out. And it's like, it's sort of possible. Maybe. The thing I'm running into right now is that I need to return a unit and like a prior value from here. So it's actually like the return value is that, and then a unit rest of the value, which makes this I times unit plus prior. So you need to do take the, so we don't care what that is, we need the prior. Actually, since we don't care, we're getting this by the case, not by the symbol, and then switching later. Prior to tuple then this doesn't have that. So this technically parses things that are not. And we can make this. The name is bad. It's not really just a suffix anymore. Suffix definition. Oh, it's a pattern or just an arrow from an expression. Oh, wrong arrow. Multiple duration. Oh, because I was trying to... Duration with default suffixed int would be reusing our int declaration. Trying to leave that stuff there. Oh, it does care about that. So... Oh, you're not actually inside of that. So actually we need to have this be succeed. Although I thought making these separate functions would actually be able to do this anyway. Is this the same as... That's still in parentheses. Yeah, that takes the argument, but we still need... all... This duration... Oop. Lays. Does that only work within the same definition? Oh, maybe if there's two of them, we also have to make this. No. Maybe it does have to be a true function. Caps lock. Or maybe I need to go back to an actual... single function, which is kind of weird. Oop, forgot an arrow. Forgot a couple arrows. Number one. Number int. Parsing? Third element. Well, I thought I knew. Oh. I don't even need a function here because there was no return values. Okay. What are we getting here? One, two, three, three. Oh, you know what? I'm actually just off 1,000 here. Oh. What? Maybe there could be no seconds. But the problem is that we would then need a top-level definition. Oh, does that mean we actually need to do 1,000 in each of these because it's not all kind of together? Well, that's minorly annoying. There's a lot of lazies in there, and we can actually parse like misordered things because we're doing this in a very generic way. So would a duration be? The problem is we have to start out parsing a possible hour, minute, second. If it's hour, we can attempt to parse a minute, second. If it's minute, we can attempt to parse a second. HMS is a parser int. So this can succeed with, actually this entire thing. Can succeed with minute, second. And this can succeed with second. With this plus second. Oh, no, we need this symbol. Plus minute, second. Plus second. And then that's essentially kind of second. So succeed with this unit if we read an H. Well, that's actually an interesting way to look at that. And then that is the prior value. That is still the units. That holds. And then minute, second looks like this, except we have no H. Oh, do I know? What was my original parser? Would it have accepted a non-existence of an upper unit or a lower unit when you look at it? No, actually, I didn't need you. I need the GUI just so we can get to here. It would be a total rewrite of that module, right? Okay, so it was suffixant with default, suffixant with default, suffixant 0. There is no with default there, which tells me that it should not be possible to not have the later ones. So minute, second, and then second has no prior. So it's not a one of. It's just this. All right, so, and this is kind of what suffixed int sort of looked like before. Oh, so suffix was looking for a specific value. So we could maybe compress this thing a little bit. This gets reused. This doesn't technically get reused. So we could have, would that be a parser of int int? And then minute would look a little bit like that. And the question is, do we want to include kind of don't. So then we can say second minutes and seconds. And I almost feel like I want to pluralize these. Oh, you jerks. Fine, we won't use a mnemonic for string. That's just silly. Oh, my type's changed. Did it? Oh. also, how did I... Okay, I guess I hadn't done that. Now, does that change your type? No. Right. So to handle the prior... Yeah, you have to do... Well, that's slightly annoying. Well, I guess we can make that into pure unit. So if that's pure unit, then these all look a little bit more like more the same. Oh, and actually this type is just wrong then. No, it is right. No. Oh, this was returning 0. So then these just become int. You have no prior, right? Oh, but then I can't reuse this easily. Because then this has to be... Succeed... Oh. What is it? Make a tuple. Unit prior. But what do you do? Unit to unit, which it gets a little bit annoying because they have to repeat this every time seconds shows up. Parser int, that succeeds with that. Oops. Replace doesn't actually look good there. That's way more verbose. Do I need to double parenthesize that? To set it aside and make? And say it's an operator? What the heck? I'd swear you could use comma as a tuple operator. Maybe that got lost with the custom operator stuff? That would have to be basics, right? Well, no, there's still tuple. Okay, there's tuple.pair. Oh, maybe it's not a comma function anymore. The comma only exists for the syntax. Yeah, it doesn't exist as an operator. Yep, and we have to do all the others. Import tuple exposing pair. Okay. So that works. I don't like the repetition here. Or here. Which means these have to get a little bit gnarlier. Yeah. Although yeah, man. I kind of like that we're handling the chaining on this level, but then we have to do the combining at this level, and it's the same every time. Wait a minute, where does... Okay, yeah, here's the... Oh, and this gets duplicated as well. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this has to go back to functions. Hmm. So I actually kinda like having these as just unit functions. Then how do we abstract out this junk? Wait, is that right? A top-level expression can be hours, minutes, seconds. Minutes, seconds, or seconds. But a minute second, I don't think that can ever be just seconds. We need to do that. No. Minutes definition. Well, we were back here. Oops. Oh, minutes indeed. Oh. We left a comma somewhere. All right. I don't think that's a thing. No. Oh, this is where we need... Succeed pair. Oh, so actually at the first letter, you can determine what the rest of it is going to look like. So if it's an H, then you know that the rest of it's going to be minutes, seconds. If it's an M, you know you should have a seconds, and if it's an S, you're done. But we have to have some way to work back to this, and it's going to have to determine the unit downstream. All right, so ours succeeds with that if it is a symbol H. So if it's a symbol H, then we can... Is this a pair? All right, so if we did this as straight up stupid dumb, strings of H, blah, 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 minute, blah, blah, second, blah. Then we would have... If we parse an H, then we know we have the full minute, second string. Int... It's this, but we know that int is going to be a minute at this point. Yeah, because we parsed minutes. Minutes, seconds. So a duration is a x s. It's like if that one succeeds, which it can be a one of, where this, right, we were getting the hour value from here. So just having this return the value and then use it generically rather than directly calculating, because we have to go up to get the int. Oh. Although having the unit defined here is kind of nice. Well, actually, I don't think you're going to be an int. But if it's a function, we have to apply the function to the value. Which would look like an I and a function f of I. No, this is hour, minute, second. Does hours... So if it's hour, minute, second, we start with hours. And then we have to succeed with something. And then we have to get an int and minutes and an int and seconds. But, oh. At which point we know what all this means. And it's just minutes, seconds. We get a number. Where we end up repeating a few things. Because to do that, we'd have to do minutes times 60 plus seconds. All of it times 1,000. Which you could maybe even do on the way out of here. And then minute xxx is actually just seconds. And then if it's seconds, we're done. We're back to this. So this is our prior seconds value. Where duration is something like this. Where we and do some kind of succeed. We do minute XSS, or we do S. And we succeed with the prior value. You could totally just return the multiplier, since we're going to call a function. If you want to be really fancy, you could even return a function, couldn't you? Wait. Partial application. Which is weird. No. Remaining argument. And actually, I mean, multiplication should be okay. But this is just a function of int to int. And then you are minute. No, this is backwards. Functions are applied first, which seems a little weird. It's going to successively apply arguments, and then we loop back and get our other one. Which makes second a function of second to second. Which means, oh. Yes, these actually become uninteresting if we're not using the unit. Okay. So now these should all be returning functions that handle the last bit. Functions. So now you are of the int, and the function we return. So function of I, and then the whole assembly times milliseconds. It's a shame there isn't a better way to do the argument order on this. Because the way things move around feels a little sloppy. Wrong. I was expecting... This must be imbalanced parentheses. Which we can copy down to the rest. Wait, we... Oh, you colossal... I really kind of hate this aliasing thing. It's, I see how it's unambiguous. But I cannot make the structures I want to make. They both have kind of equal rights to the S. So we have to manually do the aliasing for the compiler. And somehow that works. And then if, well, we need to commit the working thing. Oh, do we still have... Suffixed int. Oh, the parser int. Okay. I never actually published suffixed int. Oh, and I'm not using tuple anymore. I don't think. Nope. No warnings on that. Am I using char? Yes. And I guess, well, it's a different S. Everything still compiles. Okay, no new files. Yeah. Duration parsing without backtracking. All right, now how does this advanced stuff work? Well, I mean, this is probably more useful actually while developing it. But it was kind of a nice feature. Tracking context. Parser advanced in context. So this has a now I'm pretty sure that basic parsers just map over with some fixed types here. All error, you can create custom data types. We don't necessarily need to be that custom. Well, do I even really need better error messages for this? I would have to, what I'd really have to do is have to get the tests going. Or we throw bad input. Actually, am I? Yeah. Expecting symbol, expecting symbol, expecting symbol. Ah, so these are all of the options. String to int failed on. Oh, blank. So, really, we need to do that. Okay, expecting symbol. Expecting symbol MHM. That's sort of useful. S. String to int failed on blank. Could probably say a little bit more about that. So I guess another one we could try would be if we lock it into the hour path and then we should get expecting symbol M. Yeah, so not a lot of context. Kind of no context. I think the simple parser. So he's doing context as a definition list record, problem as... I don't know if I want custom problems. So this is the way this is designed is that you do advanced, and then you have to do a custom. Oh, type alias context parser of a is a. Well, even it might be able to do that. I mean, still strings are fine. Well, but I was not able to. Oh, the problem is that this does not expose in context. And I think you have to use the custom type. Context, parser context. Well, oh, maybe like the default. Thing is like never for context. String problem. And you'd think this would make it a which is where we want to look and see if we can figure out what the default parser type is. Advanced as a. Yep, it's a never. So you can't supply context with the basic type. Oh, and then we have to do s replace parser with context parser. Not everywhere. Excuse me? Oh, %. No, no, no. Yes, 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 yes. What? Or custom type of problems. So what's a token? You just say symbol. Now we have a custom type for our problems. We actually have to specify that as well. You just use a string. You now say token problem. Oh. Okay. So the default one says expecting character. This allows you to specify what role this character is playing. Well, now we need to define functions for these again. Now our problems are just strings still. Wait. Type problem. So I guess the token type? Oh, so I still say symbol. Oh? Is it giving me all of these? Yes, every symbol. So the first one we see is at 25. Let's figure this out in line first. Token S. Final S on does that work? Okay, now I guess we do token M. Expecting M for I'm not sure this is going to work out because this is the place that it would just fail. Does not expecting H. Looking for H. To define an HMS duration. Now we're down to 32. So these might be similar. These are MS. And M is actually a little bit more like that. And then you are hours, minutes. Minute seconds. Now, actually, this might be places where we could use in context to say these are attempting to parse that. Oh, I think this is the test file. Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. These things are not composable. Because now this has to be... Oh, I parser. Oh, it changed as well. You provided two potential problems. Expecting int and invalid number. Marichuenyo? Something like that. Thank you for the follow. Glad you like watching me flounder around with type signatures. This is actually kind of an accessory thing. Parser int is parser.int expecting int invalid number. All right, there's a context stack. Problem is a little bit better. Well, maybe slightly better. I guess this is really designed for machines. But now we can actually use those contexts string to int failed on blank input. And maybe we can do some of this. Trying seconds only duration. There is one failure there. Yeah, for nothing. Context stack, trying seconds only duration. Problem. Yeah, so now we can take all this junk out. Trying minutes, seconds duration. Trying hours, minutes, seconds duration. All right, trying hours, minutes, seconds, looking for an H. Trying minutes, seconds, looking for an M. Trying seconds, looking for an S. Trying hours, minutes, seconds, expecting an M. And then the context here trying XX hour, XX minute, XXS. Parsing a duration. Because the context is actually most recent first. Parsing a duration int. All right, so it's not super clear, but, or I mean, you'd probably want to put a context on this int for like the initial int of the string to make it like super perfect. But that potentially provides some information about what's going on. Shame it leaked out into the test. Did I have a notes on this one? I did not. Blah, 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 blah. Provide parsing context for error messages. Okay. Now, do I also have... Pardon? Pardon me. Parser. Okay. What? Oh, well, this is going to be fun. Was there any other changes I needed to make? Just forgot about? Main, HTML, HTML. Expectation test runner. And hello, Mr. Partly Insane. Greetings. How are you doing today? I wonder if calling this Twitch... I mean, this was parser, and this was okay. This is the only thing I can think of right now. So test. No, it's not the name. And we don't... Twitch X. We don't use the name in here anywhere. Okay. Okay, it's definitely something in the code itself. The fact that it can just kind of kill it is bizarre. Let's change our file name back. So we would expect it to be not happy with this. Yeah. I was expecting a module declaration. So it does... It's perfectly fine with that here. Okay. Is it going to complain about file names matching? Oh no. So it actually doesn't like that import? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, did I not add to my test elm JSON? Down source, eunit source. And just kills it. Well, let's fine. Let's rename it again just to be safe. Eliminate sure, let's even make a match. In fact, let's restart reactor with it never having loaded that name. What? Oh, this is still... Okay. The editor did not realize that, however. No! What the heck? So what if we just did... Nope. Okay, so it's not that we're not returning anything. No, it's the import line. Let's try something different. So, well, have I gone back? and tried. I'll make in a while. Argument to run is not what I expect. I thought I had actually done all of this. Oh. Still should be an error message, though. So this has to do all that parser junk, too. Oh, I never got back to this. Okay, after getting the parser to doing something. Oh. That might be a problem. Because they actually had a... much more precise information. Yeah. So to do the in-context stuff, you have to write your own outputter. Pardon? Okay. Okay. So as a library, we can't use debug toString. Going back to basic parser will also not get us useful error messages because they've currently punted on the implementation. Which also means we have no example implementation. Which means we have to step back here. Oop. Oh, I shut down the server because I was going to go try something else. Okay, test. Wait. I'd swear I had tests. Oh, no, okay, I didn't actually say... Okay, I saw that it was an error. I did not really do anything with that. So we have to provide a custom error reporter. Their format is list dead end, where run returns a result list dead end. So in the error case, It would be a function of list dead end. I mean, those are all kind of helpers. Well, int is just it's something I need to test more than anything. Error description. List dead end to string. Now, from running this, we know kind of what they look like. So I'm not going to get into exact character stuff. We know that context stack is most recent to top level. Problem. So call context stack context. So yeah, actually dead ends to string is a pretty accurate description of this. Because then we have to have a dead end to string. And that will handle things with contexts. So then we have to have a context to string. Where's a dead end type? Problem. This is not advanced. Yeah, context stack. Oh, so we don't have a type for this. Okay. Actually, the only thing I'm pulling out of here is context. So it's a record that has a context string. For my purposes, it's string. And that's all we care about. For a dead end, we care about the problem in the context stack, I guess. So this is probably just going to be context. This is going to be list dot map dead end to string dead ends. So context stack. So this is going to be list dot map and then that converts it to a string. So take those, list.map, dead end to string, list.reduce. Isn't there actually a list function for joining? Yeah, is it list or string? Intersperse. Oh, place the value. And then we would have to concat it all. Unless there's an extra helper for that. Nope. Unless it's in string. Length, replace, append. Oh, concatenate many strings into one. Okay, so there's actually a thing specifically for that. Oh, and actually join. With what? I don't know. Okay. It's context stack is another list. So we have problem. Context stack. Actually, could we do problem prepended to context stack list.map context to string. And then we take all that and we join it with and I guess so we want to dead ends to string parser test. Do I want to parser test exact error messages? Error. Dead end needs 2 type arguments. Oh, yep, context problem. You might actually be okay. Error, looking for H while missed a space. Not great error message, but while trying hours, minutes, seconds duration, while parsing a duration. Do I want to do... I kind of want to do that. I'm sure that works out. Okay, that doesn't show up great here, though. For M, while trying... All right, test. 15 M, while parsing a duration. And then we would need to take this back to parse duration, error, fail, duration parse error. So this is parse.deadends to string. Now we see if this at least builds. Okay. I'm surprised that would cause... Okay. Well, I don't remember how I left this. Wow, that just killed reactor unceremoniously. Okay. Okay. Oh. Would that be a case where something was expecting an argument? No? Bizarre. We end up with a function that doesn't get resolved, so it never seemed to end? Anyway. Now, I did the rename just to try and debug some stuff. Let's do this. Module is renamed as well. We need the file folder. Twitch test. Can we now get by without a module declaration? Yep, perfectly fine. Okay, sure. Have to stringify error messages ourselves. Okay. See, I'm not running this server right now. So this is now something we could attempt to use locally. And I think most of these... Yeah, okay. Schedule from videos. Oh, you might have been not directly... Actually, the fact that these directly depended on the tests may actually have been sort of an error. Schedule from videos. Oh, hey, you just had no tests. Okay. So this is something we could attend to do. Well, actually, I think a lot of these are the testing unit frameworks, which we have locally until we want to do something different with that. which is going to mean confronting the issue with not being able to do useful error messages. Still missing WebSocket. So actually, these are all the test framework now, effectively. The tests themselves. But you are the most direct one that just depended on that. But I'm sure that's going to have its own set of issues. So since that parsing took so long, I might actually want to cut it off there and get into porting this application next time, so that's just more of a focused block. Let's see, we already had to bump the version for compatibility. Or do a major bump because of the time typing. So I can't see it getting any larger because of these changes. Okay. Yeah, that's a good breaking point. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Deadly Taco, Kuro Katsuni, Gamer Siren, Ned Makes Games, Cat Knox, Duggan Lake, One Jellybean, Haskin TV, Sturmia Separate, Osrat Gaming, and Too Left for to Cry for hosting me. We should be able to get this off for next time. Yeah, this is when I tend to stream. Times our numbers are in US Central. Hope we can extrapolate from the red line to your local time zone. Do we have anything to recommend right now? I don't think we've done Programming Tutor in a while. He works on his own projects sometimes and will handle any questions that you have about programming. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time.